Hey guys, welcome to my face powder declutter video. So this video is going to be highlighters, blushers, and bronzers, and contour powders, that kind of stuff. So here I have all of my powder highlights. Now I did just go through and declutter these a little while ago, so honestly there's not going to be much here that I get rid of. If anything I get rid of will go in this box so we can kind of keep count. Yeah, let's just jump right on into it. So this is going to be more of a collection when it comes to my highlighters, my bronzers, and blushes and contours. We will be getting rid of some stuff, so let's just go ahead and jump in. I might get rid of a couple things here and there though. So first, I have all of these Jeffree Star highlighters. I will go through them. I'm not going to get rid of them, but I will also not be using them in tutorials. I think I mentioned that in my lipstick declutter video that will be uploaded soon. Probably before this. This is the Northern Lights, the Supreme Frost palette, and then I also have Wet Dreams and Diamond Wet, and that is what they look like. Forgot to turn my beauty light on. Sorry. Now you guys can kind of see. That is Wet Dream. This is Diamond Wet. And then I have Ice Cold, which I depotted the other palettes that I had from him. I had 3 of the highlighting palettes, so I will show you guys those. They're in Z palettes. This is Summer Snow Cone. I did declutter Crystal Ball. It's up on my Poshmark, so I just don't use it. I have a lot of pinky tone highlighters. And then this one is Siberian Gold, which is too dark for me, but I do like to use it and then use something else on top of it. So I'm gonna put these back in my drawer just so we can get them out of the way. Oh, they're all falling. So yes, I do have these, but I will not be using them in tutorials or anything because I don't support that. But I do have them, and I just wanted to let you guys know. So in terms of the other palettes that I did have, I did depot them just so I could have more room. I did try to depot the Supreme Frost palette as well, but I couldn't. There's no pan, so there they all are up top, and then that is the Beauty Killer palette over here, and then that's just a Wet n Wild blush that the packaging broke. So that is 3 highlighting palettes. Just wanted to show you guys that. I'm gonna put him away. So this one is fairly new to me. It's a loose highlighter. I also have more loose highlighters and cream and liquid highlighters in another drawer, but I don't use those often and I don't have a lot, so I'm not going to include those. But this one is fairly new to me. It's the only reason he's in here. It's Snowflake from ABH. I'm going to keep him. I like using him as a topper. And then I have the ColourPop highlighter in Flexitarian. As you can see, I've already hit pan. I am trying to use some more of him up. I do really like the color. I just don't like how it kind of separates my makeup if I powder my face a lot. Then I have this Hard Candy Fox in a Box highlighter in Vanilla Frosting, I think is what it's called. Let's see. So it doesn't say, it just says it's in the shade Girl Boss, but they are scented. And this one does smell like vanilla frosting. My mom has the Pina Colada. These are really nice for a subtle glow. And then I have Cookie from Benefit. This is one of my favorites for an intense highlight. Will not be getting rid of her. In this box, there are some of my more like everyday highlighters that I reach for. So I'll just start going down the row like this, and then we'll do those too. So this is my Essence Pure Nude I'm going to be keeping. I love him. This is my Maybelline Master Chrome, and honestly I just don't like how powdery and soft the formula is. Like, it's super crumbly. I think I will actually declutter that. Next, I have this limited edition Makeup Revolution, the Ghost Lights. It's white, but it does shift pink when it's on your face. I love this. I love the fact that it has a skeleton pressed into it. Love it. This is from I Heart Revolution. This is Vanilla Frosting. It did have like a donut on the top of it, but it kind of got on my nerves, so I just took it off. It's really hard to package in there and to store it, so I'm going to be keeping. I love this. It's actually really blinding. This one from Wet n Wild, I've hit pan on. It's one of their springtime collection from like 2 years ago. I really do like it. Again, more pinky tone, but I have other pinky tones, so I think I'm going to declutter. We'll just do these two. So this one is from Hard Candy. This is their Rose Gold Highlight. I've got my use out of him. I have other ones I reach for. Gonna declutter, so that's 3 we're decluttering. This one is new to me as well. It's the Too Faced Blinded by the Light highlighter. I think this is the old packaging. I'm not really sure, but I do love this. I found it at Marshall's along with that loose Anastasia highlighter. Speaking of Anastasia, I have the Amarizi. I got this the first time it came out. I still love it. So you see I dropped it and like it chipped down there, but I still do love this. I'm gonna keep. Then I have 2 Fenty Beauty highlighters. I have Sandcastle and Minted Mojito. I love it. This is a bit too dark for me, but if I really bronze my skin up, I can use it, or if I self-tan, then I use it. And then I have Trophy Wife. If I can open her. Oh my gosh. I thought this was going to be way too dark for me, but there's not a lot of pigment, just a lot of gold shimmer and sheen. So I do like both of those. I'm going to keep. Let's package all these back in here. And now I think I'll have room to just put him off to the side, but still have room for a couple of new highlighters. Yeah. Or actually, for now, I can even put him up front, and then I would have room for one more. Okay. Next, we're moving on to palettes. I do have a nice stack of these. I think there's 6. So first is the Kat Von D, The Alchemist. Again, I found this at Marshall's, so there's no way I was going to pay the Sephora money for it. I think it was like $7.99. I love this. This one fell out and broke. This is Green Emerald. But I really do like this. I'm going to keep. Really nice for like crazy colored highlighters. This is the Ulta Avengers Stronger Together collaboration highlighting palette. Love this. This was one of my favorites for a long time. Look, I love that packaging. This is my first highlighter. This is the Urban Decay Naked Illuminating Trio. You can tell that middle shade was kind of loved. Wow, I love this. I still love this. I don't really use it a lot. I just keep it for really nostalgic purposes because it's really old. It's about 6 or 7 years old. Let me see if it has a date on the back of it. I doubt it does. No. It does say it's good for 24 months. And let me tell you, it's been a lot more than 2 years. So this is the Anastasia Moonchild palette. These last 3 palettes are from Anastasia. First of all, I love that. The holographic. Another crazy palette. Keeping. This is the Nicole Guerrero. This is my favorite highlighting palette of all time. I love this. I'm keeping it. She will never leave me. I do have a backup, like a brand new backup as well. And then my mom also has one. So this is the Dream Glow Kit. This is not my favorite. This is a little powdery. I just don't think it shows up really nice. I do like these as eyeshadows though. I'm going to keep it just to play with it. They're really, like, this packaging is really pretty too. That looks otherworldly. So that is all my highlighters. We managed to get rid of 3, I believe. Yeah, 3. They're in there. So let's move on. I'm going to grab all of my blushes and my bronzers and my face palettes, and we'll be right back. Okay, so these are all of my face palettes. And then back here I have a box of bronzers, blushes, and loose impressed powders, like face powders. Don't know that we're going to get to the powders today, but as far as blushes and bronzers, we are going to get to those at least. So let's go ahead and run through these face palettes. I know that most of them I'm going to keep just because I love face palettes. They're so convenient to use. So this is the Anastasia, the cream palette. You could tell, my gosh, I love this. This is my only cream face palette I'm going to keep. I'm just going to set him off to the side. This is the Too Faced Love Flush palette. I feel like this is something you don't see often. It is very old, but I do still love it. I just used these 2 mixed together the other day. I'm going to keep it. These 2 are my oldest. I used them in my tutorial where I used my oldest makeup. This is the Lorac Pro Contour. You can tell I love it. I am trying to hit pan on the other 2 shades, so when I do that, you might see him go. But for now, I'm going to keep Too Faced Original Cocoa Contour. Love it. Not planning on getting rid of it. I just don't like the new packaging, so I really want to keep that. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. Look at this. It's so pretty. The packaging is really cute. It's textured. Again, like another ASMR moment. I should really be an ASM artist. Okay, so this is what the inside of the palette looks like. I really do like this. I really don't use it enough. I'm going to put him to the front so I can use him some more. I like it because it has 2 pressed powders for like skin tone and then bronzing and contour shades. So this is the Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers. Again, I just don't feel like you see this a lot. It's very old, but I did just use this the other day and it does still perform very well. I'm going to keep it. And then this one is my newest. This is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette. This is the newest one to me. That's what he looks like. I use this a lot during the summer. I just really like mixing all 4 colors together. Keeping this one was so uneventful, you guys, and I'm so sorry. I know I'm not getting rid of any face palettes, but I will be getting rid of some blushers and bronzers, I promise. So this is the Nikita Dragon Beauty face palette. Again, I love this. I did have to scrape the top layer both off of this blush and then this highlighter because they just weren't really performing like they should. This one's super powdery, but when it comes to the bronzers, I really like this one. This one's way too dark, but I can use that one as an eyeshadow if I need to. So I'm keeping. Let's move on to the box. I'm going to take out all of the blushers and bronzers, and we'll see by then if we have time to go through the powders as well. Okay, so I put my blushes up here. My bronzers are in the back. Let's go ahead and go through these. This is another one of those Makeup Revolution ones where it had a donut on top of it. I just haven't taken and gotten the rest of this crud off, but I will eventually do that. This is the I Heart Revolution Cinnamon Sugar Bronzer. It's a bit dark, but I do like this. Like if I need to darken up my foundation or something, I do like using this one. So I'm going to keep for now. Again, I'll just put him over here. This is new to me. This came in a BoxyCharm. This lettering is already coming off, and I literally just have this like a month. So this is the Aesthetica bronzer in the shade Sunset. It appears pretty light, but it does build very nicely, and I've really been liking this one. Keeping. This is a Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Ticket to Brazil. This is one of my favorites, but as you can see, I've hit pan a decent amount, and I do have those two, like the Heart Revolution and the Aesthetica one, that I have been liking a lot more, and I just feel like this is a bit too light for me now, so I'm gonna get rid of him. Might see if my mom or my grandma want him. And then lastly, I have a little mini of this Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I need to give this another go because when I used it before, I just thought it was kind of muddy and patchy. So I'm going to keep him and give him another go, and hopefully we can work it out to where I like him a little bit more. I did just declutter my bronzers recently as well. So I did have the Too Faced Sun Puppy bronzer. It's up on my Poshmark because I just found that it was a bit hard pan and it was just a bit muddy on me personally. So I did put him up for sale. Let's get into blushes, shall we? So this is Regina George. Ow, I pinched my finger when I opened it. Really, really pretty. Really luminous. It's obviously a highlighter, but there's no way I'm using that color as a highlighter. So I have him in here with my blushes. I want to keep it kind of like as a blush topper because it's so shiny. Next, I have this blush from NYX. This is in the shade Double Dare. I really just like using this one as an eyeshadow because it is so orange and vibrant. It makes my eyes pop. I'm going to keep. This one from LA Colors is the Beauty in Bloom blush in the shade Free Spirit. I love him. I will not be getting rid of him. He's so pretty. Next, I have this duochromatic highlighter slash blush. It says an illuminator, but it's orange, so I'm going to call it a blush from NYX. I told myself I was going to use this for so long because it is so pretty, but I haven't. I'm going to declutter. And then I have this blush from Wet n Wild. It's a baked blush from their spring collection. I love this color. Does it have a shade? It does not. See, the stickers for these are always hard because it comes around the back and then they're stuck right here. So every time you fold this, it just ends up peeling off, and it did come off. I think this might be Hummingbird Hype though. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. It broke. So I'm going to have to depot this one and put him in there with the other Wet n Wild blush in that big palette. I'm going to put him to the side. I do love that blush though. It's so sad. I barely pulled on it and it broke. Let's move on. I just ran out of this Tarte blush, the shade Party, and it was like a birthday gift. I really did love this. It's one of my favorite blush shades ever. So my mom gave me hers because she never opened it, and I love, love, love that color, so I'm going to keep. This is the Becca blush in the shade Camellia. It's a bit too luminous and a bit too pink for me personally, so I think I'm going to, sorry my light's doing something weird, I think I'm going to declutter. This e.l.f. blush is such an OG for me. It's been here for the longest time. This is in the shade Twinkle Pink. I did have Pink Lemonade, I think, or something like that. This one actually, the blush seems to be gone, or not the blush, the glitter. It used to have a lot of glitter in it. I do still see some, but not a lot. I'm gonna declutter. It's a really good dupe for the NARS Orgasm though. If you like that blush and you want a cheaper alternative, that's a really good dupe. This is the NYX Land of Lolly's Lollipop Hop blush. This is like the same shade that's in my Nikita Dragon palette, so I'm going to declutter. I don't need to. And then lastly, I have this Theate London Marbled Light Halo blush. This came in a BoxyCharm. I really, really like this. It's super pretty. It's kind of luminous, like as you can see, these white patches are like pearlescent, so it does give you a bit of luminosity, but I'm going to keep. So here's everything we're getting rid of. I do think we have time for powders, so I'm going to grab those and we will be right back. So when it comes to powders, I definitely have some I could manage to get rid of. I'm just going to start off grabbing the ones that I know I can, for sure get rid of. This Revolution Bacon Blot powder, I find that when I place it, like, it does not move and it leaves some really harsh lines on my face. It's just really hard to blend out. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need him. This Wet n Wild powder, I just did not grab my shade. I grabbed the shade Banana, and it's way too dark for me. I mean, like, way too dark for me. It might not look like it in there. I can't tell if the color really shows off like it is, but it is so dark. It leaves like a really yellowy tint on my skin. I look like I have jaundice when I use this, so I'm going to get rid of it. Let's see. These two I'm trying to run out of, so I hit pan on this Ulta Zero Zen powder. I'm trying to finish it up by the end of the year. I really do like this. The only complaint I have is it makes my skin feel really, really dry and tight when I barely use any of it. But I am going to try to finish it. And then this Makeup Revolution Ghost powder I've also hit pan on. Barely, but you can see that I have, so I'm trying to finish him up as well. It's more like a translucent powder. I do think I'm going to be keeping the rest of these, but I'll just show you what I have. I have the Huda Beauty powder. This is in the shade Pound Cake. It's pretty light. Then I have my OG Airspun. This is the extra coverage one. I have my Magic Star powder. My little Fenty sample, which honestly I've used quite a bit, and I still haven't even run out of it yet. So I have run out of like a lot of powders this year. At the end of the year, I do products that I've run out of videos. Usually I've done them on my other social medias, like just live videos, but I will be doing one of those at the end of this year. I have a trash bin that I put all my products in, and it's almost full, so it's definitely an improvement. I have a lot of powders. I have like 3 or 4 powders that I've already ran out of this year in there, so really excited about that. Then I have the Hard Candy Marilyn Monroe. This is the translucent one, and then I have the Dragon Beauty Pressed Face Powder palette. I really, really love this. So I'm going to be keeping those. This is everything that we're getting rid of. Overall, I feel like we've gotten rid of a decent amount of stuff. Again, this isn't like a massive, I want to get rid of half of my collection declutter. It was just something where I need to clean out the products that I know I won't be using anymore, so I can have room for new ones. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave it a huge thumbs up and let me know what you would like to see me declutter next.